Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you our homeschool room makeover. I am so excited because it has been a long time in coming. It's taken a really long time just to get everything together and to finally finish everything. So today is going to be the day. You're finally going to see it. And so if you like seeing homeschool content or motherhood content, please remember to subscribe below and let's get into this video. Okay, so a few months ago, I was looking at our homeschool room and I was like, oh, I kind of want something different, something that might work a little bit better for our family situation, especially as we're having another baby. And I was already gonna have to figure out where I was gonna put my 4-year-old when she joins us next year in kindergarten. And so I was just like not sure. We had desks around the room and I wasn't sure how I was gonna make it all work. So we decided to do something different and to change it up a little bit. I tried to use a lot of stuff I already had, and there were still several things that I did buy, but I'm just excited to share everything with you because I really love how it turned out, and we've been using it for a couple days already for homeschool, and I feel like it's working out really well. So let me kind of give you the tour while I talk to you and just kind of show you the process and everything that I went through, and then we'll come back here for some final thoughts. Okay, so here is a homeschool room. Sorry, my voice is raspy and yucky, and hopefully I don't cough. We've been sick with colds for quite a while. So anyways, I was just gonna give you a quick overview here of what it looks like now and go through a few things, and then we'll start changing it up. So we still have our kind of command center here. There's a lot of things I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with yet. Like I'll probably leave this here, but it'll just kind of depend once I get things moved around, whether or not I like it or not. So anyways, and then we have doors. This is a room of doors and a huge window. And then this is Alana's desk. Obviously we have to get stuff cleaned off, and because we're only keeping one desk. Anyways, you'll see it all in the reveal, but anyway, and so we need to clean this off, either throw it away or rehome it somewhere else. And then I'll have to decide once I get everything reorganized whether or not these metal boards are gonna work where they're at or not, or if we need to move them. So we have kind of our art space, a whiteboard, stuff that will have to be moved and probably repainted and stuff like that, fill in holes. And then we have Mazer's desk here in the corner that we will clean up as well. We have this table, which again, I'm not sure once I get a new big table in here, if this one will still work. So we'll have to see whether or not that will work. And then this rug as well. It's very old. It was from Target and it's kind of falling apart. So I wouldn't be like heartbroken if we got rid of it. And then this desk will probably stay in this corner, but just be cleaned up a lot. Hopefully the books will be cleaned up, and then we'll move Lydia's stuff. It's all a mess right there. She just shoves everything in those drawers under there. And hopefully she'll have another small space for her things and eventually a drawer of her own, like the other kids have, like this. And then we have Manti's desk here. So his Legos and stuff will have to be put away. And then this file system that they use to turn in their work will still be left on the one desk that we do keep in here. And then we have their boards as well, their magnet boards, that I'll have to decide what we're gonna do with them. But that was just like a very quick overview of what it looks like at the moment. And as I arrange stuff, I'll have to kind of decide where stuff is gonna go, what we're gonna keep, what we're not gonna keep, trying to reuse as much of the stuff we already have as I can. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I did was take down all my kids' desks because I decided not to use them anymore. We weren't gonna use them. Initially, when we started homeschooling, I wanted desks. I'm like, okay, I want them to have their own spaces, and it worked fine, but most of the time they ended up out at the kitchen table anyways doing schoolwork, and their desk just became a pile of all their junk. And I was kind of sick of it, and their drawers were a pile of junk. And so I took all their desks out and I took everything off the walls, well, besides this wall behind me, because this wall didn't really change very much. But all the other walls I took down because they had their magnet boards. So I took those down, I filled all the holes in the walls, and then I touched up all the paint. And in some of the video, you might be able to see there's this slight paint difference. The paint is the same color, but our ceilings are really high. And so I didn't paint the upper part of the walls because I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel like doing that and getting a ladder in here and doing that. And so it's just the shine, you know, from the years of exposure. The top isn't as shiny as the bottom part of the wall. And it's just a funny little difference. It probably drives me more crazy than anybody else. But so I did that. I painted everything and, you know, pulled everything we were gonna keep kind of into the center of the room, and then painted everything and got that all ready. Okay, so this wall behind me is ready to paint. I patched it all up and everything, so we're gonna get started on the paint. I have my grungy clothes on. You can't see my shorts. You probably will see them in the video. But I've had these shorts for like at least 15 years. And I don't even know how in the heck I wore them when I got them, because they're huge on me right now. And so you know, I've had 4 kids and I'm pregnant with the 5th, so I don't even know. I don't know how they fit me when I was like a 19-year-old or whatever. Somehow they did. But in our house in Connecticut, I painted a ton. So much. And these shorts got paint on them. So now I usually wear them when I paint, because then I don't have to worry about them getting ruined, because they already have paint on them. So I'm gonna start painting this wall. I don't tape anything anymore. I've gotten good enough at painting over the years that it's just a waste of time, and you usually have to touch up when you do tape stuff anyways. So I'm gonna just paint this section and then maybe put 2 coats on it. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm not gonna go all the way up the wall. These ceilings are extremely tall and the top of them is fine. So I'm not gonna go all the way up the wall, but I'm gonna get started on that, and then we'll have to move around the room throughout this week and finish painting the rest of the walls. But then I had ordered a table from Wayfair, because I wanted us now to just have a table in here, which is what you're sitting on, so that we could just all sit together and do schoolwork together. And so I was kind of, for a while, just stalled while I waited for the table, because I ordered it, but it took almost a month to get here. And so we just waited and waited for that before I could do much else. I had moved some things back and kind of organize things in a way. And I moved a bookcase from my bedroom down here, because we had several books in our homeschool closet, which is over here. It's so hard for me to like orient myself backwards. Anyways, and so we had a bunch of stuff in our homeschool closet. Down on the bottom shelf, we had books, and then I have separate books for seasons and for certain themes and all that stuff that I keep organized in there. But all my kids' books that are on the very bottom of the homeschool room closet, I wanted to be able to put on a different shelf, because we were running out of room. We were running out of room for our games. We were running out of room for our books. And so I had this bookshelf in my room, and I had wanted to put more bookshelves in my room. And so I was like, okay, we'll get rid of this bookshelf and put it downstairs, and then I can get new bookshelves for our room that provide us more space and that kind of fit the aesthetic of that room. So I brought this bookcase downstairs, and well, my husband brought it downstairs. After I took all the books off of it, he just manhandled it down the stairs all by himself. So he brought it down, and this is from Wayfair as well. I bought it 4 or 5 years ago when we moved to California, and I really like it, and it's a really good size. I like how it's a little bit shorter, and that makes it sturdier as well. So I put my kids' books on it that they just have free access to all the time. And we put the board books on the bottom shelf because we're gonna need those pretty soon for this baby. And then I put some preschool stuff for my 4-year-old also on the bottom shelf, just things I can quickly grab. And then there's a few of my books, and then a few like more chapter books and a little bit older books for my kids that are on the very top shelf. And so I feel like that works out well, and it felt great in the space that I put it in. So I was very, very excited for that. So we got all that in, we organized a lot of those books, and then the table finally came, and I was so excited. All right, the table is here. I am so excited. I'm gonna get this opened and start putting it together. And I'm excited to put all the chairs together and to see how it all looks and figure out where I want to put it in this room, but I'm just glad that it's here. So we put the table together, and I also got more teal chairs from Wayfair as well. Those are the chairs that also sit around my kitchen table. I might order a few more sets, but right now they're out of stock. Well, their price had jumped up like $100, so I was like, I'm not gonna buy them now. And then they went on sale for Labor Day, but by the time I saw the sale, all the teal ones were already gone. So I'm just kind of waiting. We have plenty of chairs. I'm on our little swivel chairs right now, which I always wanna like turn around in a circle or something. But some of these chairs might go upstairs. So I would like it better if all the chairs matched, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. It's just more me and my OCD. And so I might get more teal chairs, or we might just leave it at this and get different chairs for upstairs. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so I really love the table. It took forever for me to figure out what table to get because I wanted something that wasn't super expensive, but also a little bit more farmhousey, because that's kind of the style that I like. And so it was really hard to find something that I was like, how big do I want it? Is it gonna like just take over this room? But I felt like this worked out. This table worked out. And so I was happy about it. And so far, so good. Everything's going well. And then on the wall so my daughter and son used to kind of share a wall basically with their desks. And so on that wall, since it's like a huge wall, I wanted to put a whiteboard. Ideally, I would have loved a chalkboard because I love the aesthetic and the look of a chalkboard better, like the black with a wood frame I just love, but I do not like chalk. And chalk makes such a mess. And so I'm like, okay, a whiteboard. But I couldn't find a big enough whiteboard that was already framed like on Etsy. And so I bought a whiteboard on Amazon that it was like $50 and I framed it out myself. Okay, so I made a frame for the whiteboard that I'm gonna hang up in here. So I just wanted to show you one of the pieces, what it looks like, and then I'll start trying to put it together. I'm still waiting on just a few brackets to make the whiteboard stay in it, but we're gonna start putting stuff together. And sorry if my kids yell in the background, they're kind of fighting. They're doing a craft, but they're also fighting. So here's just an example of one of the pieces of wood. This is one of the shorter sides. So I can't remember what this is called, but I cut out a little, it's not even a groove, but a section of the wood on the back so that it will sit around the metal part of the whiteboard frame. And then I didn't cut all the way to the end so that, the corners would still look finished on the ends. So I just did this with a table saw. I forgot to like record any of that, otherwise I would have shown you. But anyway, so I haven't done this in years. It's been several years when we had our house in Connecticut. So it was not new for me, but it had just been a while. So I did that. I grooved these all out. I sanded them all down, and my 6-year-old boy helped me sand a little bit too, so that was fun for him. And then I stained them. And I'm all for like a rustic farmhouse look, but I have so much rustic farmhouse. I'm like, maybe I should just keep it like this, because I'm like, I could paint it white and sand it, or I could just sand this, but I actually like the look of this. And so I don't know if I'll put even a finish on it. I have like polyacrylic and stuff, but I might just leave it like this. I'll have to decide after I get it all put together what I think, but I'm gonna start doing that and kind of let you guys see the process, and hopefully it goes well. We'll see, hopefully it goes well. And then I hung it up on the wall because I didn't want to drill holes through my nice stained wood. So I found just some picture hangers that will hold 20 pounds and put those on like kind of in a triangle shape on the back and hung those up on the wall. So I don't have a ton of pictures of me actually doing this process. I was gonna record more of it and then I forgot, and it was just a little bit harder because I was just trying to get stuff done. And then I also, on the side of it, put a little shelf that I had made. So I think it's Project DIY. I can never remember the name. It's a subscription box for, I think it's around $50 a month, and they send you different crafts. So the shelf off the side of it is one of those crafts that I was able to do. So I was like, perfect, I'll hang this here, put all the dry erase markers and everything in it. And then I decorated it sort of with fall and Halloween stuff right there because I just thought it was cute. And we've never really been able to decorate back here. I just didn't have space because most of the space was taken up by my kids' desks. And so we didn't really have space to decorate for fall or any holiday, but really fall is the most important thing. Just kidding. Anyway, and so I was able to put some of those decorations up and then put a wreath by the door that I also made from one of these subscription box crafts. And I just love it. It's what you see from the rest of our house because the main door is behind me. And so then you look at the wall when you come in and I just think it looks wonderful, and it's always clean. Before it was like crazy messy desks, and that's what you would see coming into this space, and I didn't really like that. So then a few other things that we did is I have the corner desk still over here, and then I also took all my kids' drawers and kept them because the drawers are the most expensive part of the desk. The drawers they're from IKEA, and so is the tabletop part of the desk. But the drawers are the most expensive part. So I pushed them all together and put the 3 of them together and then just used one of our tabletops on top of it and used the Velcro strips and Velcroed it down so it won't get pushed everywhere. And then I just labeled them and put their stuff all in there. And then their 2 bottom drawers are kind of their junk drawers and stuff for them, but their schoolwork fit in the top 3 drawers. Because their top drawer used to have all their pencils and all that kind of stuff in it. But I took all that stuff out and just kind of made a community pencil, scissor, glue place, all those things. So I just kind of made it available for everyone. And so we have the pencils that sit in the middle of our table and pens and stuff that they can grab when we're doing projects and working on group work. And then they have the glue sticks and the scissors they can go grab if they need to use that for their schoolwork. And again, so far, it's only been a few days, but so far it's worked really well for us to kind of have it that way. And the corner desk, I probably will eventually get rid of. It's from IKEA as well. It wasn't very expensive, but I almost want to put another set of drawers under it because next year Lydia will be joining us for kindergarten, and just a place to put some of her stuff. And so that could go under another desk, which we already have an extra tabletop downstairs. And so I wouldn't have to buy a new tabletop. I'd have to buy new drawers from IKEA, but IKEA is like 2 hours away from us. And the drawers are $80, and to ship them here would be $120. I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. And so when we go see family or something someday, we'll pick up some drawers from IKEA. These are like the Alex drawers. And so we'll pick up another set, and that'll just be the desk that's in the corner and has like our computer on it. I bought a new laptop. They had been using my old laptop, and it was like 6 or 7 years old, and it was so slow. It had gotten so slow, and that was the biggest problem. Like trying to do anything on it, it took forever. You had to boot it up like an hour before you actually wanted to use it. So we just got a Chromebook. My husband picked it out. We didn't want to spend a ton of money on anything, and everything that they use is mostly on the internet anyways. It's not like they're downloading stuff or anything like that. So we just got a cheaper Chromebook that they could use together, like share for the different things that they need to do. And so the corner desk just takes up so much space. And so once that's kind of gone, we can push another smaller desk back in that corner, have a computer on it, and I can hang their magnet boards back up on the wall, because right now they are not on the wall because there's not really a good place to put them right now because we have all this stuff now on this side of the room. And this corner desk takes up so much space. And so if that wall space was open behind it, then we could put more of their magnet boards back up so that they have a place to display their art, because that's the hardest thing. They'll do some things, or my preschooler will bring things home from preschool, but I don't have any place to put them really. So that's kind of the goal, but it just wasn't something that was gonna happen within the next month or maybe even 6 months. So I just figured we'd go with what we had and I'd show you what we had already done. And so I left the corner desk there. I decorated the top of it for Halloween, so that was kind of nice. I was like, oh, there's a place to decorate. And then I put a big bin of all of our fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving books so my kids could have access to those as well. And so this wall behind me, like I said, didn't really change at all. I just put up new schedules and a chore chart right here behind me on the bulletin board. And that was about it. And our like group work or morning basket work is all still right here in these bins behind me. And so I can just easily grab them and grab what I need and share that with my kids. Okay, so I think that's about everything. I kind of glanced around the room and was like, I'm pretty sure I covered everything, but I'm losing my mind lately, so I don't really know for sure if I covered everything that I was planning to. But I loved how it turned out. It looks great. It makes me excited when we come in here. It has some of that farmhousey aesthetic. Obviously, it's not perfect because that would just cost way too much money to have to replace and do everything. But I love how everything looks, and it's just a fun gathering space for us, and so far it has worked really well and I've really enjoyed it. So if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up. Comment down below what was your favorite part of this homeschool room makeover, and I will see you next time.